hummingbirds. The most brutal pornography has no sex scenes, as when truth spreads herself, and the green fly lights to drink from her, and its body lights on the Bible, directly in the wounds on the living Jesus that caused the climate change, as they wrote, inviting all to join the fight in a children's crusade to stop harassing one's wife, and shout while during seminar the neck of the doctor of philosophy begins to stretch until it starts to look like the neck of a liquor bottle where she already lives, and someone tells him that the hummingbirds are coming from the Animal Planet channel to drink of her, but they won't need sex, the person says soothingly.
The rattling now silenced, I was taken aback by the alignment of the spindle-like bones. The whorls of the fingers sank down, and my field of vision extending from left to right. It was evident that I was no longer able to conceive how to move in ways the boss would not anticipate. The mangled bodies of the offspring, proof of the failure to properly contain the terror of the teenage years. The mission to eradicate all of humanity, the gradual build-up of power while waiting for the right moment to strike and release, all amount to the same result. An indestructible seal, all to myself, destroying enemies on contact. Heat dissipation persists as the possibility of a clean existence recedes. My mouth, full of blackberries and fizzy water. There is something small and persistent wriggling inside my throat. The dung beetle pushes dirt across the screen. The solitary calf takes a long time to go up the mountain. The constellation of muscles take a long time to form a self. The dandelion covers the world in death. My current whereabouts unknown. I long for a hope, but as attritional as I am, I find that I will fall prey to the boss. The velocity of the succession of attacker signals, the relentlessness of repetition. This story is merely a distraction. My adult flesh a disappointment to all the Aramaic written on my forearms. The ever-increasing difficulty of the levels, my true enemy, the noises I still make, a mark of an unintended haunting. It's not that I pretend to understand how the world works, but I do know that even if I remember all this, I will still live through all the versions of the game, and I will still die in all of them, no miss.
And they like that. The story is about what is uploaded and integrated inside, about how letters have apertures, how they walk on legs, how images torture them, how their hands are pulled off and their balls castrated. The story is about how letters open up to their torturous inclinations and demand the huge rods penetrate them, which they call dashes. And they like that, and they all like that, and it hurts, and they swell, and they stump, and it fits when they open their mouths, and the letter falls out. Not some sound, but a letter, let's say A, and their friends grow immodestly happy. A pretty one, well, come on over here, so we can be immortal together.
Dear X, I've taken to drinking almost exclusively carbonated water as a way of harnessing the fourth day. The sun and the moon, the separation of cold and fire, the realignment of form and function, tiny bubbles, time pent up in leg muscles, ruptures not entirely visible. This soft machine, breaking down and washed clean hot milk. The octoichos ringing through the uvula, and in the open of a new story, the city's text. I take public transport using the indicated time until the next bus arrives as a sign to write down the exact same number of sentences while I am on that bus. When I change routes, the time indicated for the next bus to arrive indicates the number of sentences to be crossed out from the text written on the previous journey. I repeat as necessary. I repeat often. I write and delete as often as possible. You see, I am using our common itinerary to reconstruct the redacted areas of our common narrative. No longer intact, this soft machine uses its death-inflected tongue to negotiate with the missing areas, to discern borders between ways of silence and language. The weight of words in different worlds crack the soft machine open. Insurrectionist, retractionation, miniaturization, osteochondrosarcomas, counter-conditioning, cytoarchitectonic monocontamination, neurodermatitis, non-discriminatory osteokeratotomies, immunodeficiency, immunoreactivity, intermedications, cacodemoniosicosis, carcinogenicity, immunodeficiencies, immunoreactivities, indiscriminates, intercommunication, misidentification, interconnected, actinochemistries. Other soft machines might manipulate their orbit towards the center of the state, deserts expanding outwards from the islands of their ancestors. However, those soft machines will be picked clean as well and find themselves praying for more time. The call to oblivion persists, the use of the word is diminished. Marx was quite right when he said that our suffering stems not only from the living, but also from our dead, or perhaps our near dead. May you always be reminded of this. May you always know of this. I wish things had been different. I have no idea if you will ever receive this. If you do, feel free to use the ritual in any way that you see fit. This όμασιν υποτέταμε. All my best, Theo.
Sterile. I am sterile. You can stick a sterile tube in me. For sterile I am, for your sterile scissors. My body without hair, without organs. Empty is this body, empty. You can stick a sterile tube in me and draw something out. Draw the unseen feeling up of myself I'm filled with. But there is no more me in me, for I'm sterile. Sterile I am. Sterile you can play with me and cut me up as you wish, for I am not fertile. And it's safe for you with me. I am safe with you. I am well preserved. Sterile I am, sterile, lacking gaps, lacking windows, lacking eyes or mouth, having no nose, no vagina, nor bladder, and no sphincter, chew. So you will have to poke me with something sterile, if you want me, if you want to stick me with a tube and suck me.
Incantation Part 1, Banishing. Tangled up in the jewelry, dressed up in fabrics, not worn in years. All bought on credit and paid off in memory. Look at the curve of time, the kitchen of the ship, now pointless. You will realize all of this while looking at your perfectly manicured nails as the fish gets cold at the end of your fork.
Your boss office. The air and the heated concrete gave you, and the high-pitched sound of a green wax signal is taking you from behind. and as it finishes, it tosses you straight into the blast of blooming doors, where tentacles lovingly stretch from the building's guts to pull you towards your boss office. The gently winks a glass eye, whose light reveals the inky rumble of printers that shine a white angelic jaw, and the words from the covered face and plaster mask of your boss meet you full of spunk, while pulsing quartz dust glitters from the bottom of that smile to give the clocks their tone without ever settling in them. In time, withdrawing in time, back to the house of smiles, back to the masked abyss, whose lungs blow you with the yet voice of your boss.
Incantation Part 2, the binding. You will become part of this poem, for there is no other thing here but the tapping of the keys and the chattering of the teeth. The skin peeling into a china white sky. The temperature in these rooms was adjusted long ago to ensure contamination. You will forever be part of this almost poem, this narrative of a suicide averted.
She poured a beer on my head when I tried to kiss the cross above her low-cut dress. I just wanted to touch my lips to the open wound of the Christ on her. I just wanted to breathe in the red scent of the sore. But she took such fright of me, much as I had feared my God before coming here. That was the tailpiece of my evening, for I don't remember more. But no, the fluorescent bulbs went up, and people went once more to work, oblivious to all around them, haven't forgotten, as always, all of it.
Incantation Part 3, Living in Slow Time. You will come across my traces everywhere. I will now have become the whole in things. You will be forever haunted by my almost suicide. This will be part of your archive. I will be the whole in things forever in your vicinity, and you will be unable to see. Sold in slow time, you will be taught of this. My will not be denied. The truth about us, all now revealed. My will as intense as my anger. My will now stretching into your future.
Fisting. Everything is too similar, for it is also real. Oh God, I seem to be panicking. You came the same way, much more than just once, and you said the same things, everything word for word, until all motion ceased and all understanding too. What kind of thing are you, whom I am always addressing? Because you are so much more than just one and the same, and there are so many of you, also just one and the same. So I'm going to stick my fist in the space between us that has suddenly opened up. God, I seem to be panicking, and pull something out along with my fist, though there is nothing there to pull. I pull it out for you.
The mutilation was diligent enough to convince us all the enemies believed in respect to burial. The marble balls are now filling our mouths. Their descent was not successfully disrupted. For that, we shall be rightfully forgotten.
When the suicides grow ripe, the red fruits swing and sway and fall with a smile into the abyss of their own name. Don't grieve, my imaginary you, too slow to go with them or too shy to join them. Just watch how they fall. Your serious decision suspended. Watch them twist like snowflakes in the hall of your imagination. The why isn't known, but maybe it will help you sleep.
The memory of the event must be seen as the expression of a perfected content. No one shall remember the event as it happened. This is justice.